Hello everyone, my name is Omega the Real, or Meg if you want to keep it short and simple, and 2023 has just been a fantastic year for Optimus Prime fans. Whether you've been a casual fan, picking them up here and there, or an obsessed super fan like me who's been building a shrine for the past year. I swear to God, I'm not obsessed. Anyway, moving on from that, the reason we're here today is because we're going to be taking a look at an Optimus Prime that honestly surprised me way more than it actually should have. And that guy is going to be the Transformers Reactivate Voyager Optimus Prime. Now, usually I do an intro to these characters, but we really know next to nothing about this guy, other that he's in a video game that's basically been aborted at this point. Seriously, delaying it again, switching to a new engine? Is this game even real? But enough talk about what he's supposed to be, let's talk about what he is. And he is a damn good Optimus Prime toy. Detail and paint of this guy are awesome. Hasbro yet again proves that they really just care about Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Megatron, and the main stars of these shows because, damn, that's nice. I do have a few complaints though. The head is a little weird looking to me. I don't really like it, but it doesn't turn me off from the figure in a way that most others would. It's a weird design choice, but I'll live with it, I guess. Everything else looks fine. Details are fine. Paint is sporadic, I guess. There's parts where it's heavily applied, and then parts like the thighs and what is this, the bicep, where it's just plain gray plastic, and it's fine, I guess. But I think the worst part is when we get to this back, and he's got a lot of junk in the back. Not as bad as others, but it definitely feels clunky once we get to articulation. And like I said, most of his body is fine, really tight for some reason. But most of it, like I said, is fine. Overall, I would say he moves pretty well, but this back is just annoying, isn't it? Overall, he's fine, like I said, but there are a few improvements to be made. His weapons, on the other hand, is where this figure goes downhill. First, let's talk about this gun. This thing sucks. You're better off using someone else's weapon because, good God, it never stays in his hand for more than 5 seconds. The handle is just way too short for anything to hold it. So, like I said, you're better off using another Prime's gun or 3D printing your own like I did. And honestly, this looks better than the actual gun. It also comes with a small energon axe, and this is okay. It also flops around his hand, but at least it doesn't fall out, which is better than the gun. And he's got the Matrix of Leadership. And just like 99.9% of Primes, he can't hold it. So you're better off just leaving this in his chest or doing the light art target sour pose. Whichever suits your fancy. His size, too, is actually pretty impressive. He's a tall and hefty Voyager. This thing almost feels like an upscale for some reason. And putting him along some other Voyagers and Deluxes really makes that look pretty obvious. This guy is pretty big. Overall, the robot mode is fantastic, and I love the design for Reactivate Optimus, with a few complaints, I won't lie, that tick me off a little bit for making this my perfect Optimus Prime figure. That still goes to SS102, I love you. I just wish there was a little bit more done here. But, enough about the robot mode, how about that vehicle mode? It's basic. I'm sorry, but yeah, the Mad Max design is cool and all, but I feel like I want more to be done here, I guess. The paint is fine. It's got that siege greebling that we saw with like the first wave and then started to drop off over time. It's just, it feels really basic at first, but I do like how complex the transformation is. It is very complex. This is not just an Earthrise Optimus fold the arms in, and the legs were the most interesting part though, I will say. If there was something to talk about, it's the way those legs transform, and you'll see what I mean once you finally get this thing in hand. Overall, my final thoughts for the Reactivate Optimus Prime is that there are a few flaws here that absolutely could be fixed if Hasbro just took the time to go back and tweak a couple tolerances. But overall, this is not a bad Optimus Prime. If this is your first ever Prime, then you're getting a really damn good experience. And honestly, I don't blame you for that. This is a fantastic figure. Unfortunately, he is a little hard to get, being in a 2-pack that's an online retailer exclusive, so have fun trying to find this thing in like a month or two. Anyway, that's all for this time. My name is Omega, and I will talk to you all later. Should I finally take a look at Deathsaurus after putting him off for basically a month? Nah, let's look at something we haven't looked at in almost 2 years instead.